In society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations. Fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn Dude.
Damn, dude.
This is season 3, episode 42. Welcome to the show, you guys. Welcome. Oh, yes. Hope you're having a smooth and beautiful day today. No, what up, you guys? For those of you guys new to the show, how are you doing? How you doing? For those of you not new to the show, also, how you doing? So what up? You know, there's something I really realized and that I've learned and that has been put into perspective for me, which is that this show is for like 2% of the people in the world, basically. And, well, I mean, I guess a little bit more than that, because technically, this show is a top 10% podcast of all over 3 million podcasts in the world.
Damn, dude.
With no ads or promos or nothing. So, yeah, so it feels good to be able to do that, to be able to speak some truth into shit and let it really resonate with people. And I just realized that I didn't really introduce myself. You guys already know who I am if you listen to the show. If not, I'm your host, California Cal. I'm nobody special. I'm just somebody with what I perceive to be unique ideas and perspectives. And the show exists to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the different contexts and perspectives that we have in life. Because I truly believe that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives, the smoother, easier, cooler, and just doper life is. You dig? So that's why we do this. This show exists to help fucking really just share some real shit that helps us all relate and heal and become better people and live better, cooler fucking lives. Right? Because it's like, the more that we understand different perspectives, the easier shit is when things crack off and you don't know what the fuck to do, right? But it's like, had you had the context or the perspective of, okay, I've seen the scenario, I've heard about this, I've learned about this, I've heard some version of this, I now know what to do, or I now at least have a starting point, right? So it's like, I think that's what's so important is to be able to have a starting point. And that's why this show, it's like, it's too real for most people. And the majority are not ready to hear these words and these ideas and concepts and perspectives and stuff and take them in, because this would mean needing to accept full and extreme ownership of all facets of life in order to accept these words, which are not yet popular, right? So it's like, because I automatically come from the context of extreme ownership with shit that we do or whatever, right? Like, I'm always trying to take responsibility for my end in situations. And it's like, okay, where and how did I input or affect this entire situation in any way, shape, or form? And it's like, okay, I understand that a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about is not popular. It's not cool. It's not accepted. It's the shit that they cancel you for. It's the shit that, like, the Matrix doesn't want you talking about. All that sort of shit, right? It's like, it all has to do with free thinking and independent thinking and being a sovereign individual. So that's the thing, is like, they really don't want us talking like this. And it's okay because it's just such a small percentage of us who are on this vibe. But it's like that small percentage equals a lot of people in the grand scheme of real life and the world. So it's interesting to think about how popularity and what's cool is like it's on a swing or a scale or a cycle. And there's always a swing of popularity. There's always a cycle. Like, look at fashion. It always cycles back through the same shit because you can only wear pants so many fucking ways. You can only wear a shirt so many ways, right? Like, so that's the thing is like, yeah, we can add, edit, alter all those things. But that's the thing is like, as popularity swings back, it brings back things that were reminiscent of way back then. And then they just do it a little bit different. Like right now, how like younger kids are wearing like Lee pipes and like shit like that again. Like that's what we were wearing when we were little thug kids, and we were wearing them like gangsters. And then we got a little older, then they kind of resurfaced, and then kids were wearing them who were like raver kids, and then like the fruit booter kids. That means rollerblading kids, for those of you guys who don't understand cool talk. It's all good. It's friendly shit talking between like skaters and fruit booters. Anyways, they got popular amongst those two areas of people, you know, like the raver kids and then the fruit booter kids. And then they went away, and then now it's like back again. And now the kids wear it like it's a fucking kimono, basically. That's really, it's like they look like homeless kimonos is like how the kids now are wearing them. And it's no hate, it's just what the fuck it looks like, right? Like for us, it just looked different. We wore them different, right? You had to wear them a particular way in order for the style to be cool or whatever. And I see them wearing it now. I'm like, yo, that's not how you wear those. Like, what are you doing? Right? But the whole point is that what's popular is on a scale, and it just swings and it just goes in a circle. However you want to look at it, it's on a scale, right? Like whatever vision or visual fits your thing, fits you. So it's interesting that like what's popular is created by what's been created, whether it was popular or not.
Damn, dude.
What the fuck does that mean? So, no, that's pretty deep though, right? So, okay. The way that I see all this, and the reason that it's important for me to record these conversations, it's like this show is not just entertainment. You can use this show as entertainment, and you're going to accidentally be learning shit about yourself, right? And that's good. That's why this is here. But this show really isn't very like the focus isn't just to entertain you or tell you cool stories. Like, I got cool stories for days. I could tell hella cool stories. And, I do, and I will as we keep going. The thing is, though, it's like, I believe that every story should be tied to some sort of relevance, some sort of lesson, some sort of thing that's a bigger picture in life, whether it's funny or whether it's heart-wrenching or whether it's fucking makes you feel uncomfortable or whatever. Because sometimes I know, like, depending what I'm going through, there's just certain conversations or things or subjects or whatever that people are talking about that I'm like, oh, like this hurts my body right now. Like, I can't handle this. Like, I'm not at that level yet, or I'm not ready to like fully heal this, or I don't understand it yet, or shit like that, right? Something along those lines of nature. And so I'm like, okay, well, fuck. If what I'm up to and what I'm talking about isn't popular, and it's real as fuck, and the people that it resonates with, it hella resonates with, because people are like, yo, what you're talking, yes, like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, people often, what I realized with this show is that, like, for me, it's hard to get feedback from people because people don't really know what they're getting from this show. It like shows up later, I feel like, because a lot of stuff I'm talking about, it's not like immediate. It's like relatable and you're like, oh shit. And then you see it again and it's like, oh shit, that's that. And then when you piece it all back together, then it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's what that conversation was or whatever, right? And I'm not taking credit for anybody's work that they're doing. I'm just saying it's like I'm sharing and planting the fucking I'm extending the branches of the seeds that were planted for me.
Damn, dude.
Right, that's all I'm doing. That's the whole point of this show. I don't know anything better than fucking anybody else. I mean, a couple things, but that's about it. Like, I know how to do like two very unique skills better than like anybody else I know in my own capacity and right. So, aside from that, like, I don't fucking know shit. You know what I mean? Like, I got common sense and mindfulness and logic and faith. And I used to never have faith in my arsenal or weapon or being or on my personnel. So what's interesting about that is now that I look to faith and I engage in faith and I practice having faith and I use the power of faith in many different ways and in many different aspects, applied in many different applications. And that's what allows me to keep doing this show, is I've realized that I have to, if we want anything to be lasting, not just built off of the wave of what's popular, that's why I say what we do here is we record timeless classics. And the reason I say that is because I've really realized that I create it and I wait for popularity to point in my direction.
Damn, dude.
And that's how it works for anything. It's like create it and then just wait for popularity to go around the fucking scale, to go in its cycle, to go in its circle, to go in its fucking swing, whatever. And once it swings in your thing, you just fucking pick up and ride the flow of time. And you just keep going and producing and doing that. So it's the thing is like, so then once all of a sudden what these subjects and topics that are unpopular are popular, that's now what's cool. And then you are now a forefather, a founding father, a fucking whatever you want to call it, right? However you identify with that. A founding mother, a founding them, a founding they, a founding ghost pronoun. Oh no, sorry, not pronoun. That's offensive. A founding ghost self. Okay, I will never get over how funny the pronoun thing is. Like, dude, straight up, it's like, I could fucking have relatives or kids or whoever engage fully in the pronoun thing, and I will still, like, they're not, and I will still find it hilarious. Like, that's fucking funny, dude. Like, no, I am they, them. How can you be an I and a they and a them? Like, that cancels itself out. I am a they. No, you would have to say, excuse me, they am a they. But then if you am a they, then that doesn't work either, because I am. Like, am is what? Like, indicative of you. Like, I am. Okay, it would have to technically be they, you, no, am, are, they are they am, no, they will, I don't, See what I'm saying? It's hilarious. Like, we can't just omit the meaning of words. Like, we can change context and stuff of them, but that's like, bro, what do we do? Anyway, okay, I'm not even trying to talk about it. But you see what I'm saying? The swing in the scale of what's popular is right now, this shit's popular. And it's fucking weird. And that's fine. Just don't fuck with the kids or the animals or the innocent or anything that's uninvited. And we're all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking go cut your own dick off. Whatever, dude. Fucking attach it to your chin. I don't give a fuck. Like, go for it. But be an adult and fucking, like, consider some shit. Right? It's like you should probably, like, go smoke some weed and, like, meet some friends before you fucking take that route. You know what I mean? Like, go fucking backpack through the desert or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking go join a fraternity if you have to. Go and join the military. Like, do something with a group of people to where you realize that your fucking problems aren't any fucking different than the next person's, because pain is pain and we all experience it on some fucking level. And it's just like, what story are we gonna fucking create about that? Right? So, I don't know how the fuck, I mean, okay, I understand how all of that came about, but so let's circle back, like the fucking swing of popularity, to the point of, if you create it and you wait for popularity to point in your direction, it just works. And if it does, well, no, that's the thing, is it just will. You just have to create enough. Like, look at like, let's think. Okay, look at like the group Milli Vanilli. Right? Like, they got busted for lip syncing back in the day. It was a big deal. It was the most shameful thing. Da 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 da. And now, a lot of the biggest artists in the world in their performances are lip syncing to their own music, and half the time they're not even doing it. Or doing it like how it sounds or anything. It's just like, damn, this fucking isn't that tight, right? Some live performance and artists are just absolutely incredible. But then, like, you got other people who are just lip syncing, and it's this, that, and it's just like, this isn't a performance. This is like, I don't know what this is. This is like karaoke, right? And there's a difference. So, if you look at Milli Vanilli, yeah, it took like fucking almost 30 years. But the swing, well, probably like 20 years, because then there was when, what's that girl's name? The blonde girl with her sister, Jessica something, married to the dude, Nick Lachey from 98 Degrees. What's these people? Ashley Simpson. Jessica Simpson. Yeah. Ashley Simpson. Remember when she got busted on, was it Saturday Night Live for lip syncing, and she was doing the dancing, and she was just like, and it was like this huge shameful thing. And then now it's like super popular to just like stop singing during your song and like start doing something else and whatever, like during a performance. And it's like, now Milli Vanilli, people are like, damn, that's fucked up what happened to them. That wasn't fair, blah, blah, blah. Like, they didn't deserve all that. And it's like, see, it came full circle. It came full swing. And it's like, yo, it's cool, right? Same thing, like, this works in many ways. This could very easily be what a lot of people call karma. Right? It's just the swing of how the fucking shit works in life. Yeah, so it's like, it just works in so many different ways as like what comes around. And then you look at like people like Harvey Weinstein, where he's like the movie dude and he's a fucking creep, and he's what was he doing exactly? Like, basically, like, exchanging, like making like the actresses and whatever exchange sex for like status and roles and positions and stuff like that. So, like, taking advantage of people in a sense, right? And damn, we got a helicopter flying like right over. But what I'm saying is, like, eventually the swing of everything, yeah, he had his run of all this shit and whatever, but then homie's got to sit in jail for the rest of his life or whatever, right? I don't know the whole details, but it's like the swing of life will come back and fucking just catch you. You know what I mean? It's like you can't run away from shit. Now, we can heal shit and we can do things to fucking alter and change our reality in very real ways based off of how we relate to ourselves and our world and our words and our logic and our thinking and our faith and our spirituality and our thinking and our structure and our creations and belief in new ideas. So now, if I've explained this, I have explained this before, I think. But what if there's something if you notice in the patterns of what I'm describing is, let me think real quick. It's like, there was something specific I wanted to say about it, and the specificness of it slipped my mind. I don't know. But basically, my point was, though, is that, like, it's just a life cycle. All these things are on, like, every idea and every problem and everything is on a cycle. Like, everything you've ever faced, it's going to come back and test you again. And this is the part where I feel like I have a unique perspective on life, is because I've experienced a lot of problems very rapidly. Like, in my lifetime, I tend to experience crazy gnarly shit in one fell swoop, like over the span of a couple years, and then I ride that out and I do my thing, right? And then from there, it's a retest again. All right, how am I going to relate to this? How am I going to How am I going to handle myself this time? Am I going to start blaming others, or am I going to take maximum responsibility for myself? Like, what am I going to do? There's so many options with how I can act. So, I know what I was going to say. What I was describing with all this stuff was basically the power of the directions and the power of the winds and the power of direction. Now, a lot of indigenous and natives to the land, all land, have I'm not even going to say belief, I'm going to say the understanding in some degree, and this could be interpreted in their own version or different ways or whatever, but from what I've gathered and learned from indigenous people and tribes and things like that from different parts of the world and even in the United States and around, is that if you're going to pray or meditate, that you can meditate and pray to the directions that exist. You can, and typically we start at the east, and you look to the east for thinking. The east is for thought. You look to the south for structure and planning, integrity. We look to the west for light, creation, birth. We look to the north for hope and faith, guidance, trust. So something that I do is I will face any of the directions, whichever one I feel like I need to lean into the most, and I'll meditate to that direction. I'll call in the power of that spirit, that God, the God of the west, the God of the east, the God of the north. Sometimes I call them all in. And what I'll do is I'll ask for guidance and protection and guidance from the universal source of wisdom that exists, where all ideas have to live, because ideas are just ideas, and it doesn't matter the scope of them. If somebody puts out an idea, it has to exist in some way, shape, or form. The same way if somebody fucking farts in an elevator, it got put out and it has to exist, whether it's big or small or stinky or not. It's still fucking there, right? So it's like, how many fucking brain farts do you have? How many fucking ideas do you have that just go into the ether? You think they go nowhere? Right? And that's the other thing too, is like a lot of ideas that we have are not unique. A lot of people have already thought of them. A lot of people have already done them. A lot of people have already failed and tried. A lot of people have already tried and succeeded, and everything. So I think that, like, most things were not cool when they started. You know what I mean? It's like, think about anything that's cool. Think about the initial idea of it. Like, think about the Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is like one of the fucking sickest cartoons ever, from way back in the day, from the 80s, all the way to now. Kids still like and watch Ninja Turtles. And I can show my kids the old school Ninja Turtles, like the same ones I watched when I was a kid, and they're like, yo, this stuff is sick. Like, this shit's tight. Well, they don't say that, but you know what I mean? They're like, whoa, this is so cool. And I'm like, yo, this is what I watched when I was a kid. And they're like, what? Like, how? Like, no way. Like, it's that good, right? So, but that's the thing is, think about, and Ninja Turtles, it was that show is actually created, and I'm fudging this up a little bit, but I forget the details on it. But the story about Ninja Turtles, how it got created, was like the writer got rejected, or his ideas or something. He got fired or something from some show, and it was all serious, right? Or they killed off his character or something, and he was pissed. So he went and, like, basically made the Ninja Turtles, which was like a mockery of the original show that he was, like, so badly wanting to be on and work for or whatever, right? So he made the Ninja Turtles, and it's basically like a joke. But that's why the show's so serious, but there's also such, like, silly shit in it. And that's why adults can watch, especially old school Ninja Turtles, because it's like, you're like, yo, what? Like, what was this full thinking? Like, this is hilarious. Like, damn, like, that was so deep. And then he just fucking went left and fucking hit us with some hilarious shit, and then went back again, and then we're back into some deep stuff. And he's like, yeah, you need to meditate and pray and tap into your spirit and this and that, and like, you need to practice and have discipline. And then he's back to, like, cracking jokes, and Michelangelo's high as fuck eating pizza and skateboarding, and I'm like, yo, like, this shit's sick. But the thing is, it's like, yo, I'm making a show about fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, think of just that title, like, those words put together. Because we're used to it, it's normal. But think about it the first time you heard that. That's like being like, yo, I'm making a show called the fucking Adolescent Gargoyle, or the Adolescent Deformed Gargoyle Chicken Ninja Chickens. You're like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, you lost your marbles, dude. So it's like, think about that. That's crazy. Who even is thinking that's, like, incredibly cool? Even if you think it's cool, you're like, what, bro? Like, what are you what? Sure, okay, like, sounds cool, but what? So it's like, it's not popular when it started. Any show that you like, any song that you like, whatever, it wasn't popular when it started. It had to be embarrassing, it had to whatever. But that's the thing, is like, you look back and you look at who paved the way for things. And here's one thing, it's like, if you look back at, like, Afro Man or Soulja Boy, those are the first two to really, 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 really utilize the internet for music sales. And whether you like them or not, or any of their music or not, they are fucking revolutionaries in the whole grand scheme of music and business and how things work in this world now. Like, they laid down the foundation, but at first it wasn't popular. The music itself, whatever, all the different facets of it, of how you can look at it, and people mock it and this and that and discredit and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, well, where's yours? Right? So it's like, shit's not cool when you fucking start. That's why it's better to just do it, not give a fuck what people think, and do your own version. Because when the fucking swing hits, it's going to come back to, yo, what's the realest shit is going to be the shit that's timeless and classic. And that's why this show is all about timeless classics. It's fucking free from pop culture. It's free from what's popular. It's free from what's fucking established and everybody else is fucking talking about. This show's completely free from all of that. And that's why this is the shit they don't want us talking about. You know what I mean? So it's like, when you start something based off of what's popular, the swing will happen and it's going to be dated. Right? Like, what if you started selling fidget spinners in the height of fidget spinners? Like, yeah, you might have made some money, but look at the swing of it. It's now dated. And now your next thing, it's a little bit discredited if your name was all over it and you're using the same name. So it's like, you're not able to make timeless classics if you're doing things based off of what's popular. Now, it'll hold its place, quite possibly, in history if you're able to describe what was going on and what was popular was like, you're speaking on it deep enough and insightful enough and whatever. But that's the thing, is in the future, people are going to hear all the bullshit. Because right now, when people are doing the what's popular, like, you see all these podcasts and they're all just so fucking typical. And it's like, you can call that about mine too. It's like, oh, he's just saying all this shit and blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever, dude. Like, if you're not really listening and paying attention, then that doesn't really give you the authority to speak on it. And because I'm really doing this, and I have friends who really do this, and I have friends who, like, you know what I mean? It's like, sorry, I was going the wrong direction. I have friends who really do this, and I know a lot of people who do this. And I know people who create shows based off of what's popular and just, like, kind of just kicking it. And I know people who create, like, the deepest shit that'll change your fucking life. And I know people talking about stuff that's, like, right in the middle, where it's like, oh, this will help you if you're gonna go do this or that or whatever, right? Like, or topic specific things, stuff like that. So it's the thing, is like, I wanted this show to be free from topics. I wanted this show to be free from time. So that's why we just talk about what's real. And I think that's the most important thing we can do. And I think if you want to become like a Joe Rogan level of status in any way, shape, or form, that's the big dog in podcasts for, like, dope podcasting, like real shit in this day and age. It's like, Joe Rogan set the standard, and he set and showed us all what the fuck is possible. And I'm like, holy shit, that's it. And I've always had this vision. I remember I was in second grade and we were sitting there. No, I wasn't in second grade. I was in third grade. And we were sitting at lunch, and everybody was talking about what they want to be when they grow up and what they're going to do and whatever. And I remember I just said something like, I'm going to have a beautiful wife and family, and I'm going to be rich. I'm going to have so much money. And they're like, well, how? I'm like, I don't know yet. Like, it doesn't exist yet. And I just always kept that with me. And then all of a sudden podcasting became a thing. And I didn't know what podcasting was for, like, quite a few years since they were out. I literally, if you look back, I have posts on my Facebook where it's like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't anybody tell me what a podcast was? Like, this shit is sick. And, right? So it's like, I didn't even know. And I feel like because the way I'm laying this down, it's going to just keep expanding and growing because it's timeless, and it'll keep touching people because pain is pain, happiness is happiness, emotions are emotions. And that's the thing, is that's just what's real for all of us. Like, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. So the only difference is, are you ready to look at it yet? Are you ready to accept all of the depth that you are? Are you ready to accept all of the beauty that you are? Are you ready to accept all of the pain and the fucking chaos that you are? Are you ready to accept all the health and wealth and everything, and all the bad food and good habits and bad habits and good deeds and bad deeds and taken opportunities and missed opportunities? Like, are you ready to own it all? Are you ready to look at it all? Are you ready to start? Are you ready to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper? Because the depth of a human being is limitless. So that's the thing, is that's the shit they don't want us to know and want us talking about. And that's why the show is hard to listen to for those who are not ready. And it's like, a lot of times people want to share this with fucking their husband, their wife, their fucking boyfriend, girlfriend, their fucking mom, dad, brother, sister. It's like, yo, I want you to listen to this and get this. But it's like, you can't do that if the person's not ready. They're just going to go, oh, this was talking about some crazy shit, whatever. Like, huh, yeah, right. Like, it's like, okay then, motherfucker. Like, come talk to me when you're ready then. Come listen when you're ready, whatever. So it's a thing. It's like, this is for most. This is for most people who live in a westernized society. When we're too deep into logic, we miss out on spiritual and beautiful emotional experiences.
Damn, dude.
That means, listen, I'm going to say it again. When we're too deep into logic, we miss out on spiritual and beautiful emotional experiences.
Damn, dude.
And the reason I say that is because spirituality lives outside the realm of logic, and it more so lives in the realm of faith.
Damn, dude.
Spirituality lives outside the realm of logic and more so lives in the realm of faith.
Damn, dude.
So when we're too deep into logic and what makes sense and what's fucking orderly, we miss out on the beauty of life. We miss out on the depth of our spirituality. We miss out on the depth of our love. We miss out on the depth of our thoughts. We miss out on the depth of our potential. Like, were you really here to be put on earth to just do dumb shit forever? Like, yeah, that's funny, but for reals, like, no. Absolutely not. Why would you throw your fucking life away? You know what I mean? And it's like, more people are walking around fucking dead than the people who were buried in the ground.
Damn, dude.
Look at people. Look in their eyes. Where are they? They don't even know. They don't want to look at it. They are terrified of the power and the beauty of themselves. So you should not be afraid of your power and beauty inside yourself. I am not afraid of my power and beauty in myself. Sometimes I am, and sometimes it scares the living fucking shit out of me. And that's perfectly fine, because that's fucking living. And if you're not living, what are you doing? You're dead. The fortunate thing is you can hear this shit. You can have somebody grab you by the shoulders and fucking shake your stupid ass and wake you the fuck up. And I had to have close ones and loved ones do that for me, where they took huge, wide exceptions and love and understanding and patience with me to slap the fucking shit out of me and bring me back. It's like, it's not easy when the people you love are telling you, dude, like, you need to practice being harmonious. Like, you need to practice being grounded. Like, you need to practice discipline. You need to practice gratitude. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I swear to God, I'm doing this stuff. And it's like, well, fuck, if they see me fucking flailing around like a fucking fish out of water, just fucking whatever the fuck, clearly being a mess, and they're fucking straight enough to tell me that shit in very kind and loving ways, I'm able to grow and keep going and have faith, right? And it's like, dude, if I'm going to be scared of the power of myself, then I do not get to interact with other powerful people. So that's the thing, is like, as you grow your power, your circle gets smaller because there's less and less people who are willing to look at their shit, to really take a full reels look at the fucking chaos that they've caused in their lives. And I'm not even talking about your finances or your debt or your fucking whatever. I'm talking about your absolute, or your relationships or fucking marriages or work or where. I'm not even talking about that shit. All that shit is completely not even secondary. It's third. I'm talking about your own inner well-being, your own inner personal peace. That's what matters. And it's like, living a life of entertainment and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, not really looking at shit for what it actually is, we set ourselves up for failure when real life comes back around because you didn't take the time to get real about it the first fucking time. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not till we take full responsibility for every single part we've played in any fucking relationship we've had. It doesn't matter how much of a jackass or an idiot or whatever the other person is or was. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count. Another person's stupidity, ignorance, anger, it's not yours. It doesn't count. You're not allowed to be mad at it. No more. Own and accept your part. Because we all have a part in every single fucking thing that happens. And if all your part was being in the wrong fucking place at the wrong fucking time, then learn to manage where you go and how you fucking go places and when you fucking go places. It could just be as simple as that. Why do we have to complicate shit beyond the fucking maximum? He this, she that, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Who cares? Nobody fucking cares. Nobody likes hearing it either. Nobody. Except other people who want that shit validated for them. And that's the only reason we go back and spend time with people who are on a lower vibration and of lower frequency and just up to fucking stupid shit flat out. And it's fine. We can love those people all the way. But it's just like, yeah, that's mean to say it's stupid. No, it's not. You know why? Because if you can clearly identify what's a distraction and what's entertainment, and you still let it take you over, we're entering a level of stupidity. That word exists for a reason. And I believe that that's where it belongs and how it's placed in real life. I'm not calling anybody stupid. I'm just saying I think that there are things that are stupid to do or stupid to spend your time doing. Meaning not wise. Yes, we all engage in spending time doing things that we shouldn't do. In some capacity. Even if it's just sitting there spacing out. Right? If you didn't schedule it or whatever, then it's like, what are you doing, right? So, this is what's fucking interesting. Is that like, dude, there is a lot of spirituality and emotional depth to be felt when we can acknowledge and own that we are responsible for 100% of things in our life.
Damn, dude.
So it's like, really, how many things can you take responsibility for? Everything? A little bit? Nothing? Where are you with it? Yeah, but she. Nope, you're wrong. Stop. Whatever the situation is, anybody can be absolutely annoying and absolutely wrong in every fucking way, and you are still responsible for you. I am still responsible for me. No matter how unfair whatever the fuck is. No matter how shitty whatever the hell feels or is. I am responsible for me. And the moment that I am not responsible for me, who is responsible for me? Who? The moment I'm not responsible for me, who is responsible for me? Everybody else? In the hands of God now. Jesus, take the wheel. The devil, bad energy, good energy. Who's taking care? Who's responsible for me? If I lose responsibility for myself for a millisecond, where did I go? Who's responsible for me? Who's responsible for you? If you were not responsible for yourself for a second, who was responsible for you for that second? Where did you go? Right? And it's like, this is just stuff to ponder and to take on. And it's like, it doesn't really mean anything. And you can take it and make it mean whatever if it helps apply some sort of deeper and doper meaning and further understanding in and to your life.
Damn, dude.
So, I'm really grateful and always still shocked, and it's still hard to accept that this is a top 10% podcast of all podcasts in existence, which is over 3 million podcasts. And we don't advertise. We fucking hardly post about it on social media like I'm supposed to. But you know what? This podcast is who it's for. Initially, the founding fathers, the people fucking really down. The people who speak this message, the other warriors of the light. The other people who fight and stand and represent what's good. You know what I mean? That's who the show is for. It's for the people who are really on a path of their own self-mastery and emotional intelligence and betterment of the community. You know what I mean? Because it's like, dude, why are you here? Are you here just to fucking use resources and take up space and complain about fucking bread in the fucking deli or whatever the fuck? Like, no. Like, it's like, honestly, like, do you fucking suck? Like, start there. Like, acknowledge if you fucking suck or not. And if you do, don't feel bad. Just be like, all right, we'll do things that somebody who doesn't suck would do. It's that easy. I catch myself being like, yo, I'm fucking sucking right now. Like, all I'm doing is being mopey and going in fucking cycles and complaining, and I'm going in loops, and I'm just being ignorant or I'm whatever. And it's like, oh, well, fuck, I should probably stop. And then I do, right? It's like, that's the thing is, like, I practice catching myself, and it feels good to do so because then you get shit out of the way. And I realized on the last podcast where I was talking, I was like, damn, I was really coming from a very, like, man, like, point of view, like, or like way of being. And before I would have just kept going further into that instead of stopping and being like, oh, whoa, like, why am I talking like that? Like, the fuck? Right? And it's like having that level of self-awareness is like, it starts with calling yourself out and then deepening your personal understanding with all of it. Because all of our personal understanding is up to us. What would you like to understand about yourself? Here's the thing is, like, you can go and start doing all this stuff without going too deep, without doing anything that fucking scares you. Like, start with personal development. Like, seriously, if you know that there's just more to life, but you're scared to fucking, like, take the next step into something hella deeper, or like, whoa, like, you guys are doing ceremony or going to the fucking jungle or like plant medicines and this and that. It's like, I'm not ready for all that. It's like, okay, cool. That's fine. Not for everybody. And if you have some sort of inkling that, yo, like, there's just more to life, and I know I'm just curious, but it's like, I want to be safe and like go a little further. Like, start off listening to, like, or reading like Ed Milet. Dude, especially if you're a woman, dude, if you're a woman or a man, dude, he's just the way he encapsulates just understandings and stuff is just absolutely next level. It's just beyond next level. His book is too good. Like, it's way too much powerful and deep and good information for one, like, read or even like 10 reads. It's too deep. Like, but that's the thing is, like, I look at that and it's like, all right, I read this the first time. Had I read that book like 5 years ago, it would have made zero sense to me. Oh, maybe, no, okay, let's say longer than that. Like, had I read that book like 10 years ago, it would have made no sense to me at all. I wouldn't even have been able to, like, comprehend a fucking tenth of it. And I still feel like that when after reading it. But the thing is, like, now I'm open enough and I know enough to, like, be able to comprehend and take it in. And it's like, when you start with personal development, it's a very safe place to where you don't have to go too far and too deep into your psyche. It's kind of just the concepts and how people have done it and looked at it in terms of how they've gone deeper. So you can just kind of relate to it, and you don't have to like do anything too fucking crazy, right? Like Ed Milet, The Power of One More, that book is just, it's beyond. Like any person who reads that, like you have to be so fucking smart to comprehend that book, like the whole thing, and like the depth of every single fucking like sentence or the way the words are structured or whatever. It's just ridiculously phenomenal. But it's timeless. It's absolutely timeless because it's almost like a roadmap for how to exist better as a human being, right? And it's like, that's what I feel like this show is too, especially for my own personal family and loved ones. It's like, it's just a roadmap for how to be a cool human being, because I've learned and gone through a lot of the lessons that a lot of people will have to go through later in life. I just happen to experience at a little bit earlier age. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's not that like I'm fucking doing anything this or that. It's just all the same. We're all just on our own timeline. And my timeline happens to be just like a little bit off and different, like compared to the rest of the people my age for some reason. Like it seems and feels like I'm just on a different loop. Like what I care about is always like the opposite of what everybody else cares about. And it's like, I think that alone is a big indicator that you are more of a tapped in spiritual person than you realize. And a good place to start is with personal development, because it perfectly blends and merges all of those things, because you'll have to go find out on your own. It's the perfect place to start. It's very safe, it's very practical, and it's just a great place to start. Because you learn how to not like relate to fear in a certain way, and then you start kind of decoding what thoughts are yours and where you're like, oh shit, damn, I didn't realize this. You know, and it's like you have breakthroughs in different ways, and that's the whole idea of it. That's really all it is. That's the whole thing with ceremonies or fucking, you know, going out to the jungle to fucking do ayahuasca or whatever. It's like the whole point is just to discover more breakthroughs and to heal along the way. Because with deep personal breakthroughs and shit that has to do with deep generational beliefs and ideas that have been passed on and ways of being that have been passed on for your ancestors, your grandparents, whoever, it's like to heal these things and to understand, okay, shit, I had just been thinking and being all that way automatically just because this is how I was raised. And even if you go opposite of how you were raised, you're still doing exactly that. Because most of the time people's parents are opposites in that sense. And then you end up doing it. So it's like, dude, you realize that you doing the opposite is just doing your other parent, is doing their thing. Right? So it's like, that's why it all comes back to personal responsibility. That's why this is so fucking important. Because it's like, dude, whose thoughts are you thinking? And a lot of times we think you'll kind of like whittle down all your thoughts. You're like, okay, I'm now at my own thinking right now. And then the moment that you fucking keep going, it's automatically your fucking parents' thoughts, your relatives, your whoever. And if they're good ones, that's cool, but understand that that's what it is or isn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, so many of us just go around not even fucking experiencing life because we just miss out on it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just thought of something. How I'm going to wrap this show up. I'm just going to do this for us. I would like to call in the power and the protection of the directions and the spirits and the gods and the guides of all the winds to protect all the listeners and all the people connected to them, for the guidance of and wisdom of the spirits of the East, where we look to for thinking and insight. We look for power and protection and wisdom from the spirit of the winds of the South, for structure, integrity, and planning. We look to the spirit and the power and the protection of the winds of the West, for light and birth and creativity. We look to the north for the power and the spirit and the protection of the spirit of the north, where we look to for faith and hope and guidance. Please guide us and protect us all in our daily lives and grant us as many lessons and as much universal wisdom and knowledge as we are able to source and tap into and interpret to be able to apply into our daily lives. Thank you. Gracias. You guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. May you guys be good. And, you know what I'm saying? Be good in your hood. Practice gratitude, practice meditation, practice breath work, practice morning routines, practice exercise. Touch your face. Practice music. Music has the ability to heal. Burn incense. They're good for your life.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. This is the Damn Dude Podcast, Season 3, Episode 42. And please be sure to tell a friend 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 to tell your best friends, cousins, uncles, granddaughters, godsons, uncle about the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast, because it could quite potentially and possibly and hopefully help a friend in need who is a friend indeed, who happens to be a friend with a brand new reed and some extra potent weed and a musical composition and an orchestra for you to lead. So that's why you should tell them about the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast. This is Season 3, Episode 42. Please be sure to give a share, like, all those internet fancy words. If not, fuck it. This message is for who it's for. It's probably better that all this message is kind of not as popular yet. And let it slowly creep out, right? Yeah. Anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful motherfucking day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.